Welcome to another Demarcation Media Mega Construx review. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Brute Weapons Customizer Pack, which I'm a little bit confused at where the customizer part comes in, because unlike the, say, ODST customizer or Marine customizer of the same size, there are no extra armor pieces in here or anything. I guess the just selection of weapons is what makes this the customizer pack, since it says weapons customizer pack. I don't know. It seems more like a mini troop pack to me. But this thing is basically a staple of pretty much all of the Dollar Generals near me, which is why I haven't actually reviewed it yet, because I just see it so often. I was like, nah, I'm going to pass on it. But I finally decided to get one, and we're going to take a closer look. So first off, packaging, pretty simple. If you've seen these troop packs before, this is no surprise here. We get to see all of our weapons, the containers. We have both of our brutes. We have a Halo 3 Master Chief. Around the back, we get to see the brutes, more of the weapons, and then the Spartan 3 Customizer Pack, which I was a little confused because I saw this before the Spartan 3 Customizer Pack. So I'm wondering if this is like a second release batch, because this used to be paired with the Halo 4 Marine Customizer a lot. So I wonder if these got like a second production run, which would make sense because Infinite has the Banished, so getting some more Halo Wars Banished is something a lot of people have wanted to do as well. So yeah, pretty simple box, and it is now time to destroy it. So we have like a little push tab here that just gives us a grip to destroy this thing. So we have some instruction. Oh my gosh, it's all falling out. Ooh, that's cool though. There's like a lighter silver and a darker silver. Here's our instructions. Alright. It just shows us how to put the crates together, how to build the figures, and a parts checklist. So, oh, there's the stands. Both the stands were in there. And, there's our extra pieces, or our little spike pieces. A mauler. Mauler? Mauler. Yes, that's a mauler. We have a mauler, a spiker, a plasma rifle, a spike grenade, which I hate these pieces so much. They're like string. A really nice looking grab hammer, a trip mine, a brute shot, and of course our two brutes, orange dude and a blue dude. So there we go. That's all of it. Let me go ahead and pop them onto their stands. These guys are so much bulkier than the Infinite, or most of the Infinite brutes. Can I get this open without a knife? That's the question. Is the end of the tape here? What am I even doing? It's not ripping anything. Please, I just want to... Guess I need a knife. Okay, there we go. I went ahead and sliced it. So now we should be good. We have, there we go, the little tear off tab. So this is odd because it looks like the containers will only have the spikes pointed a certain way. So we're just going to go ahead and build this right now because there's not much to it. So now that means that there's a front and a back to this, which is a little weird. But, you know, whatever. So the suggestions for weapons is plasma rifle, which since there's print on the top, it would look weird if I put it on upside down like I usually do, unfortunately. And then they suggest you give this guy the spiker. Weird. The plasma rifle looks orange on the package and even in the instructions, kind of. Okay, so there we go. Let's go ahead and take a closer look. So we're going to go ahead and start with the orange guy here. And orange is not typically a color that we would see the Banished use. However, Mega did a bunch of variants of the standard like Brute. So we got, let's see, we got orange, we got the blue, we got a kind of dark metallic, almost purpley color. It's more red than purple, but it's more of a purple than the actual red Brute, because we got one where he had straight red. And then we got one with dark green. So they did all kinds of stuff, and it looks really cool. It looks like the Brutes kind of customized their armor. This guy's got the spikes on the shoulder. He's got a big shoulder pad on this side. Sometimes it will come with just two spiked ones, like the dark reddish purple guy who is in the Battle for the Ark blind bags. He just has two spiked ones. And we have some nice print on the chest. Looks really good. Good print on the helmet. A little bit of excess here, not bad. And then we have some print on the legs here. Looks like we have some excess plastic on the waist. That's a little weird. Easily trimmed, but weird. And then, unfortunately, there's no print around the back. It would have been nice to see, I don't know, at least some orange on the chest, or the back plate. That would have been nice. Or a stripe on the back of the helmet. Something to make him identifiable from the back. Then if we pop his helmet off, we get to see the old, much more intimidating Brute head, which Mega has started using again in some cases. And then, of course, we have him armed with that plasma rifle. He's got some blue print on the end, gray print up here, and it's the squishy kind, which I'm not a huge fan of. And I wanted to bring in, here's one of the more standard Infinite Brutes. You can see way less bulky. Although, I don't know, he looks a little taller. Huh, he kind of is, actually. Why is that? That's odd. Is it the torso, or... Oh, you know what? I bet you it's the torso. Yeah, the torso looks like it might be bigger, but also the lower legs look like they might be a little bigger. So that's odd. They're taller and a little less bulky, and the Halo Wars Brutes are shorter and way bulkier, and they honestly look a little bit more frightening. Just saying. Also, we can put the old helmets on Craig, so that is a really nice touch. Good grief, stand up. Yeah, the orange is a little odd for a Banished figure, but I think it really works out here. Oh yeah, and he has a stand, but you guys saw that earlier. Come on, stand on your stand. There we go. Our second Brute is, of course, the silver and blue. This guy's silver base color is a lot lighter, and then the blue is kind of metallic. They have pretty much the same exact printing overall, just on the chest, a little bit lower down on the head, and then on the thigh armor. And then they also have the same like armor configuration. So we got the spiky shoulder, the bigger shoulder over here, and then nothing around the back. They also have the same skin tone for the head and hands, so that makes customizing a little bit easier. And you can do stuff like, you know, you could switch up their parts a bit, but personally, I don't really think this blue and this orange pairs well. And then you have the problem of the silvers being different, so I don't know, it just doesn't really work that great, in my opinion, to customize them that way. Then this guy currently has the spiker, which we don't see that often anymore. And even though this is an unpainted one, it is nice to get still because it's a pretty cool weapon. All in silver. Looking pretty good. So yeah, another interesting color choice. It certainly pops on the battlefield, but it doesn't have the dark look that most of the Banished figures have. So I'm starting to question Mega's choice to put these two colors, put the blue and the orange, in a army builder set, since people probably would want to like amass the red guys instead. But I don't know. Let's take a look at the weapons. Here are the two crates. You can see now a little closer what I meant by there being a front and a back, because it slopes upward. So you could turn it like that. That looks like the back to me, and that's the front. And then we just have the orange one. So let's go ahead and go through the weapons. We have this grab hammer. It's got a bunch of just heavy silver print on the end, and I think that looks fantastic. Like, that is great. I would want a bunch of these in my weapons collection, because this is just a really good generic print to have when you want to make a custom Brute, a custom Spartan. You just need to spice up a figure a little bit with a good weapon. This is fantastic. No print on the handle, but it's really not necessary at all. So really good. I'm just curious, does it fit in a crate? Like, can I put it in a crate and then close it? Because I don't have very many of these like Covenant crates, and I haven't used them very often when I do. Okay, so it does not look like we can store a grab hammer in there and actually close it. That's kind of a bummer, and a little weird that they show you putting it in the blue crate on the instructions. Sure, they don't close it, but if I were the graphic designer, I would have given the hammer to one of the Brutes and then showed that you could actually close the crates, but whatever. Spiker, or spike grenade. It's so rubbery and fragile. I don't like these. They're just weird. I wish they were hard plastic. Yeah, I know it would be a little bit more, I guess, dangerous, and it would be potentially more fragile in some ways, but this is just sad. That's meh. That's a meh accessory. We have a Brute shot. No print on it. It's just a plain dark gray. Some print would have been nice, but these weapon packs don't always have printed weapons. So like the Marine pack, it has extra armor, and then it doesn't get any printed weapons. So I think this is fine. And it's always good to have more of these. Another weapon we don't see super often anymore, and it's a good color. Trip mine. This was never a really common piece. We got the golden one from the Marines versus Drones. And then I know there's a couple other sets that include them, but I can't think of them right now. And then this one is a really nice kind of metallic-y orange with the projector parts or whatever this is, the trigger bits. I don't know. I don't even know really how this thing works. When I saw the gold one, I had no clue what it was. So, interesting piece to stick into a diorama. It looks like we can stick it onto studs. I actually have never tried that. I thought it didn't stick. It looks like it has sections for studs. Hello? Oh, it does! Look at that! Interesting! I never knew that. I just learned that just now. Very cool. Okay. That's a neat piece to have. I don't know if we've gotten a printed trip mine before. And then the last one is this Mauler. I get the Mauler and the Mangler confused all the time. This is the Mauler. And at first glance, it looks like it's unprinted when the light doesn't hit it, but there's actually this kind of silvery gray over the whole thing. So we've got the handle, and then like this part here, and then the drum is all black, and then the rest of it is this silver gray, which is really cool. We haven't gotten very many printed Maulers, so this is really nice to get. So let's see. I want to see if we can load up most of this into some crates. So we can put that in there. That should close up pretty nicely. I said, there we go. And then we will... I'm always afraid I'm going to break the little pegs, but I guess they're not long enough for that. So we'll put a spike grenade in there, and let's take the plasma rifle. We'll give this dude the hammer, because that looks cooler. And all the rest of our accessories are now loaded up in the two crates. Well, there you have it. That is the Brute Weapons Customizer Pack. So as an army builder, this set is fantastic. It averages at like, depending on where you go and when you buy it, you can get it from anywhere between $8 and $15. I think 12 is generally the average here, which is not bad because you're basically paying $6 for this right here. So a well-painted figure, a crate, a stand, and a couple of painted weapons. That's not bad at all. I'm a little confused that still the customizer aspect of this, there's not a ton of customization here other than, just swapping the weapons around. But I don't really feel like that constitutes as customization exactly. And then the color choices. Interesting colors. Really good colors. I just don't know. Like, I'm just thinking here. If I want to build a Banished army, I'm probably going to want the red ones first. And the guy that's like the normal silver and Banished red, I'm pretty sure he comes in a larger set, and he's not easy to army build. Actually, you know what? I have a piece of one of them. Let me go and grab it so I can show you what figure I'm talking about. There we go. Yeah, so we have like a normal silver. Looks like it's the same silver as the blue guy has. And then he just has red markings instead. That is very Banished. So I feel like maybe two of the red guys in this set, or two shades of red or something, would have been a better choice than orange and blue. It's just a little odd. They really look great. The figures themselves look fantastic. It's just interesting color choices for the Army Builder pack. But overall, a very good set. Worth getting your hands on if you want some more Banished Brutes. Because if you wanted to make these look more Banished, more red, literally all you'd have to do is paint some red over the orange and the blue. That would be so easy, actually. And then if you just want some good painted weapons, if you need a grav hammer, if you need a painted mauler, then this is definitely a set you're going to want to take a look at. But it's also a set that's not worth paying a lot for. First of all, because it's still in a lot of Dollar Generals, and second, because it is a little bit of an odd, like it's an odd color choice. Odd that they're calling this a customizer pack. So overall, really good, but probably isn't going to be for everybody. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and consider subscribing, and I'll see you next time.